Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Elimination Chamber review and opinions video. Now, I'm not going to spend long talking because my voice is failing. I need to get to these comments. There's 90. I won't get to all 90. I don't want this thing going an hour or whatever. I've still got an unseen video to do, right? So there's just so much going on at the moment. But I want to give you some thoughts. I want to give you the match scores. I want to give you my show score. And I want to get into these comments. And we can probably add some thoughts as we're working our way through. Okay? So let's do match scores. Good place to start. So women's chamber, great 76%, right? Women's tag match was good 92%. I think that brought the score down. Sami against Kevin Owens is an all-time 57% match, right? I think that puts it top 5, just behind things like the WrestleMania main events from last year, AJ Styles against Cody at Backlash, the Hell in a Cell match between Drew and CM Punk. Like, that's where it sits. I mean, it really is something special. Even Triple H had praise for it in the press conference. Men's chamber, great 82%. So best match was Sami Kevin. Then it was men's chamber. Then it was women's chamber. And tag match coming in at the bottom, right? Show score, I'm going to give it an 8.5. It's very rare for me to go into the 8s. And I do think there's a few little things I would change here. The tag match being one. I mean, we only had 4 matches. One of them got a good score. It's definitely an area for improvement. But I get it. You know, it was a way of getting Trish onto the cards. I understand. I'm not, like, massively down on it. And honestly, I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't know how I feel about the John Cena heel turn. I know it's a 10 out of 10 moment. I know when it comes to shocks, it's 10 out of 10. And OMG, it's 10 out of 10. But I just can't tell if I like it. I just can't tell if I like it. There is one little, well, there's a few little niggles, but the one that I can't really shake is it feels like we're doing it, not because it's the right thing to do, but because it's now or never. And actually that now or never line was a line that Triple H used in the press conference. Like, it was now or never. And that's how it feels. It feels like Cena kind of retired a long time ago. I mean, we only see him once or twice a year. So, like, it feels like he's come back now to say goodbye, thank everybody. And, you know, if he's going to turn around and say that he's not retiring, that changes everything, right? All of a sudden, everything changes. So this is why I can't really comment. If it turns out that he's not leaving anymore and that he's actually going to be working next year as well, and we're going to stretch this out, but I don't think that's what's happening. I think it was now or never. And they were like, let's do it. Let's disrupt. Let's not just go out, you know, kissing babies and waving. Let's actually do something that's going to shake up the industry, you know? Let's give the people the moment that they've been waiting for, right? I get the logic. I really do. But it feels so late in the day in regards to his career that, as I said, it doesn't feel like we're doing it for the greater good. It feels like we're doing it because it's now or never. And that's the thing that I just can't shake. That's the thing that I can't shake. And I do feel like people have brought tickets to say, thank you, Cena. Really appreciate everything. You know, it's been amazing. And now all of a sudden those people are going to turn up and boo him instead, you know? And like, if he gets 17 at WrestleMania, are we now going to be booing him? Like, I know that there's been some comments, people saying we don't have to boo him. He can be a heel that we still sort of root for, but I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm saying it makes it very hard to kind of, I think, score the Cena turn in regards to if we like it or if I like it. I can score it in regards to shock value and it's 10 out of 10. I can score it in regards to OMG, it's 10 out of 10. But score it as in this was the right thing to do. I've got my doubts. So that's where I am with it. And as a result, my score comes out as 8.5. And for us to get into the 8s is pretty crazy. So let's start working through these. So Joe said, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Liv knock Bliss out of both the Rumble and the Chamber? Do you think this could set up Judgment Day versus Wyatt 6? I think Wyatt's are definitely a group who can get away with invading Raw. What do you think? I don't think we need to worry about it, to be honest, because I think that Liv and Raquel have got those women's tag titles that allows them to move to different brands. I feel confident that Alexa, Liv are on a collision course. I feel confident that Alexa and Wyatt 6 are going to join forces. And I feel confident as a result that we could probably get Alexa Nikki against Raquel and Liv, maybe at WrestleMania. What that means for the wider Judgment Day, Wyatt 6 kind of a story, not so sure, to be honest. Not so sure. But, yeah, I mean, you are right in that the Wyatt 6 aren't going to be worried about going over to Raw, right? That's not going to be a problem at all, I agree. Raymond said, Daze, I thought tonight's PLE was insane. It was really good. Maybe the best one I've ever watched before. Matches were incredible, and I rate it 10 out of 10. Shout out to you, and I'll see you Monday for Raw. Yeet. Raymond, shout out to you, buds. Timmy said, I didn't like the John Cena heel turn, but I love anything like John Cena winning. The EST winning is awesome, 10 out of 10. That's really interesting, isn't it? I can't remember if I mentioned it, but I did ask people about the John Cena heel turn. 80% love it. 10% thought it was okay. 10% would be hating it, right? I think I would be the fourth option, which is just give me some time. I just don't know. Just give me some time. FYI said, Dub Daze, best wrestling channel on YouTube. Enough glazing. Sami Zayn KO, cinema. WWE is back, baby. Awesome PLE in our 51st state. Don't boo our anthem, Canucks. Seriously, the whole thing was cinema. What a show. 9 out of 10. Okay, we're very close. After Cena turn and Randy helped. Yeah, Randy coming back. I didn't even mention that. Randy coming back was amazing. I really thought he was going to turn on Sami, you know. Big Dan said, best Elimination Chamber, top to bottom in recent memory. Best Triple H PLE, definitely industry changing. Jang Tae Sang said, mind-blowing, absolutely insane, OMFG, wow, just incredibly amazing. The Rock, Cena, Travis, hell yeah. El Patata said, Women's Elimination Chamber. I would have liked interaction between Naomi and Bayley Bianca after the attack. Bianca was no-selling too much. Roxanne screaming was funny. I hate roll-ups. Tag match, Candice, not tonight. Men's Elimination Chamber. I had no one to cheer for, sadly. I didn't want Cena to win. I love the Punk near falls. Same ending every year, but I guess it's okay if Cena is now heel. KO Sami, 10 out of 10. Rating, 8.5. Ending was a shock. Detail, Randy didn't check on Sami, nor did he help Cody. Sami, is that a gun? Sami, is that a gun? What's this? What's he looking at? I don't know that I remember this moment. I don't know what that is. But El Patata, shout out to you, buds. Tyler said, it was good, great show at times. Cena heel turn was a buzzkill. I don't care for it. Cena sold his soul to Vince to stay around, and now he sold his soul to The Rock to get 17. That's interesting, actually, because he won that chamber on his own. So he was already going to WrestleMania. That's another little niggle. Like, he was already on his way to WrestleMania. So, I don't know what at the moment, I don't know what he's gained. I don't know. I mean, he might gain The Rock getting involved in the main event. Like, he might now get help. Like, all of a sudden, Cody's got an uphill battle, right? I mean, last year, like, Cody was getting beaten down by The Rock and sometimes Roman. Now it's going to be Rock and Cena. Imagine if we do that scene outside his bus again. You remember that amazing, but only this time it's not just The Rock that's whipping him. You've got Cena whipping him with a belt as well. Like, there can be some really fun stuff that comes out of this, but up until this point, it's hard to see what Cena's gained other than he didn't need to go through the Elimination Chamber qualifying, which I don't think that's equal to a soul, to be honest with you. I don't think that is worth giving your soul away for. I think Cena would have stood a chance of winning a qualifier and getting into... I'm sure Triple H could have put him in there with like Akira Tozawa, you know? I'm sure it would have been fine. But maybe the real reason that he sold his soul will kind of show itself at WrestleMania if The Rock's getting involved and really helping Cena win number 17. I think this is... I don't know what that is. Gio DeFio said, this was easily the best PLE WWE has put on in a while. I cannot wait to see heel John Cena live at WrestleMania. I get to witness cinema and history. Gio the Theo, shout out to you. Nishi said, this was the best chamber ever. Started with Jade. It had that 5-star classic between KO and Sami. The final 3 was Seth, Punk, Cena. And best of all of that, Cena heel turn was glorious. 20 out of 10. Callum says it was cinema. EJB said, love the whole show. Shocked at Cena's heel turn. I'm upset with Travis Scott. Yeah, Travis Scott turned heel tonight as well, but many will say he turned heel a long time ago. Johnny said, shocked and speechless, 9 out of 10. Also, R.I.P. Featherstone. Yeah, I would go and look, to be honest, but it'll be a nightmare going and coming back and all of that. Opulus Travel said, my feedback, I know I won't do these on most shows, but this was a big show. Let's full screen. It's probably about the same amount you could fit in anyway. I know you said no, this is a big show. I lost my voice. I'm in that boat. And going crazy over most of the show. John Cena, Cody Rhodes Rock segment, I lost it. Cena heel, my dream has been made. Women's Chamber, 3.2 out of 5. Really? The tag match was only just below for you. That's interesting. 4.9, no blood. So Kevin, Sami goes to 4.9. And the men's chamber, 5 out of 5. I loved it. So Opulus Travels was a fan of what went down. Las Vegas Matt said, I think that WWE have written their main roster women into boring corners, while the NXT women continue to shine. Bianca versus Rhea and Charlotte Tiffany, I think they could have done better. I think CM Punk fits the turn on Cody better than Cena. 6 out of 10, says Las Vegas Matt. Finley said, I feel like my heart has just been ripped out. I have never felt this way about any story before. It's left me devastated. However, Cody, the real hero, will mess Cena up. This probably does wonders for Cody, in all fairness. You know, I mean, all of a sudden, Cody now is the person that's going to have to put John Cena back in his place. So, yeah, you're right. It's probably going to be quite a boost for Cody. Ryan said 10 out of 10, PLE of the year. Heel Cena is great. No one saw it coming. Matches were all great, and the closing segment was cinema. Heel Cena is winning at WrestleMania. Batman says insane. John Elite said it was awesome to see Jade and Randy back. Cena heel turn. This was not on my bingo card. I wonder what's next for Punk after tonight. I really enjoyed Sami and Kevin. Same here. Loved it. But then, we're just a bunch of Sami stans. Alfie said, amazing. Sami and Kevin was match of the night, and both chamber matches were good. Love the heel turn from Cena, says Alfie. Bit of banter said 10 out of 10. I was on the edge of my sofa. Briggsy said 10 out of 10 easily. Never thought Cena would turn. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm along for the ride. WWE is on fire right now. I do love how much excitement there is in the chat. These reviews can be a little challenging when you're like, oh God, that show was not a good show. And you're having a bit of a, It's so lovely to come on and like just be like, yeah, this was amazing. It really was a very, very good show. I mean, my score of 8.5, I really do not go to those dizzy heights easily. B-Rad Plays said this PLE turned what was a lackluster period before Mania into a must-see Mania build. Well done. Beast Witchelly said great PLE, solid action from start to finish. Tiger Raptor said I'd give it a solid 6. KO and Sami was brutal. WWE Ethan said, first I thought Jade returning was brilliant to kick off the show. Thought the women's chamber match was cool and fun. Loved to see Roxanne in there and other massive superstars. Disappointed that CM Punk lost. After the main event segment, it left me a bit confused. Thanks, Daze. WWE Ethan, shout out to you. Yeah, I mean, I think there is confusion out there. Why? I think everyone's like, why Cena? Why? He came out at the press conference, sat down, looked at the microphone, dropped it, and just walked out the room. Dice said both chamber matches were great. Trish can still go with the young ones. Sami versus KO is match of the night and candidate for match of the year. Cena turning heel will be talked about for 40 years from now. Like we still talk about Andre ripping off Hogan's chain. Historic night in wrestling, 8.5. Dice, shout out to you. Chanel said the women's elimination was the best match in my opinion. It was beautifully executed and the ladies' stamina was impeccable. Congrats to Bianca. Punk getting known by Rollins and Seth was glorious to behold, but Cena turning was unexpected. I'm still in shock. 9.9. Homer said, say Drake, I guess Cena turn heel. I guess a new run. It's on. I thought you... say Drake... I thought that was going to be like, I hear you like Cena turn heel. Do you know, they didn't show him on the show. Drake was there, and he was just not acknowledged. I wonder if they asked, can we show you? And he was like, no. I don't need everyone shouting A minor. Giza HD said, personally, I think this was one of the best PLEs they've put on in a while. I love surprises and things that I didn't expect. Tonight, that happened a few times. The only match I didn't get hyped about was the tag match between Tiffy and Trish, Nia and Candice. Not that it was bad, I just wasn't into it. So I would give it 8 out of 10. Airflow Games said, I thought this was great. I feel confused with Cena. I'm not sure if I love it or I hate it. 8.5. I'm left with more questions than answers. I feel, is this my burner account? Was that me? That might be me. I wonder if I sent that message and I just forgot about it. I'm not sure. So, Airflow Games, shout out to you, my friends. You and me, same page. Do you know what? I don't even follow Airflow Games looking at it. Oh, I'm going to fix that now, even though I just lost your comment. Do you know what? We're doing all right, actually, getting through the comments. And I need to give you a follow. Antonio said it was 10 out of 10. Odin's Child said 10 out of 10. As Jason Baker retweeted, heel Cena reminded me of the Funhouse match. Anshul said, awesome. Liv, MVP of the Women's Chamber. Ooh, Roxanne was very good, but you might be right. Bianca was great as well. She had to do that kind of acting in the pod, didn't she? You know, on her knees, screaming. Yeah. God, you really do have to become an actor, don't you? You really have to learn your craft of getting your emotions across. So, yeah, honestly, it could be Liv. She was excellent. Kevin Sami cooked, and we got the amazing John Cena heel turn. And Shaw, shout out to you. J Omega says 10 out of 10 booking. Muggsy said, Sami versus KO, 5 stars. Bianca versus Rhea is definitely WrestleMania main event worthy, but I don't know if they'll get it. I can't believe my childhood hero is a heel. Why, Jonathan? Why? I feel bad for all those 2-year-olds probably crying over it. And why was Travis there? 875. Why was Travis there? Why did we just have one of the biggest moments in wrestling history and Travis Scott was just sort of leaning on the ropes in the background? It was a bit weird. But then saying that, Liberace was at WrestleMania 1, so do you know what I mean? He's basically the Liberace of this generation. So, Bugsy, thank you. Seth Brooks said, I can't take Cena heel turn completely serious. There was no storyline reason for him to. I was too aware that he was acting. KO Sami was wild. Women's Elimination Chamber wanted Alexa, but glad Liv didn't win. Men's Elimination Chamber kind of figured that Cena would win it, but I wanted Punk, though. Taker 1990 said, shout out to you, Daze. Elimination Chamber was 10 out of 10. Bianca may have won. Jade might cause a swerve in her Mania shot due to Bianca teaming with Naomi and allowing her to immediately replace Jade as one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. She might cause a swerve there. Bianca actually sent a message out saying, I still need answers. James said, this pay-per-view really changed the road to WrestleMania to a boring road to a very exciting road and an unexpected road. Oh, right. I thought you meant that it had become a boring road. Cena turning heel. I would never have seen that coming. Jade finally returning and attacking Naomi is good. Overall, very good show and great matches. Wesley said, the song that Travis Scott came out to is called Fine. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the Wyatt 6. If you look at the lyrics, it's worth reading into, says Wesley. Is it fine or fenin? Dean said, I really loved Elimination Chamber. I think it's going to come out that Bianca knew about Naomi attacking Jade. I enjoyed every match. I knew and said Cena sold his soul. Both chamber matches were great. Love the stream. See you for Raw. Dean, shout out to you, buds. Pete Dub Freaks says pure cinema. Final John Rock Travis Scott's old NWO Rock faction against the final Chief Bloodline. Remember Bad Blood and the Three Fingers. KO versus Sami was match of the year. EC Dub. Overall, good women's chamber. It was good. No Wyatt 6, 7. ST Dingo said it was absolutely incredible. Loved every bit of it. And they finally made Rock stealing the main event spot worth it. I imagine Cena will come to his senses by the end of the year and retire as a fave. But wow, aren't we in for a crazy ride? That truly changed everything. Mitchell said, I honestly really loved it. Both chamber matches were great. Love KO and Sami. And the Cena eel turn. Yeah, I loved it when he turned eel. Was all-time easy 8 club for me. Yeah, same boat, as always. Patrick said, so far, the best PLE, 10 out of 10. Not much to say, to be honest. Still processing that main event segment. And I've got one thing to say. Can we have an F in the chat for Featherstone? I need to have a look and see if he's commented. I wonder if I can do that right now, because that was... I mean, look, I really don't think that we are... Hang on, there's a comment here. I think John Cena is doing the heel thing now because we're nearing the end. He said in interviews that one of the times he was facing Rock, it was meant to happen. They even changed his music, but it didn't happen. And Jay said, I think that the John Cena heel turn is a slow build to him eventually turning on The Rock, becoming face again, and maybe setting up Cena Rock for his final ever match. Interesting. No comments from Dr. Chris Featherstone. Nothing has been posted today. So yeah, nothing. That's probably wise, actually, isn't it? Just stay off the internet. Cowboys Seahawks said 10 out of 10. The show was amazing. I think Bianca was the right winner, and the women's tag was awesome. Sami versus KO was brutal, and I liked it. The men's chamber was great, and F you, Logan. The heel turn was cinema and amazing. As a Cena fan, if he's heel, then so am I. I love it. Can you imagine if all those Cena fans have turned heel tonight so that they can show solidarity? Oh my God, let's go. Dylan said, amazing. All matches were great, especially Owens versus Sami Zayn match of the night for me. John Cena heel turn took me so off guard with how he was acting before he turned. Just the greatest elimination chamber I've seen in a while, and interested to see where the future is for John Cena. Sanan said this was probably the greatest pay-per-view ending of all time. Cena's heel turn was historical. The chamber match is amazing. KO Sami was brutal. Randy's return was great. Jade's return and attack on Naomi was executed perfectly. Only down was the tag match. It was BS. 10 out of 10. We've got best PLE in a long time. Engaging throughout. I called that Cena heel turn, says Joe. Rockin' Robin 81, that was a lot. Mike said, heel Cena, Rock and Travis have insane aura, that is all. Chris said, hello Daze, hello Chris. An easy 9 out of 10. I've been waiting 20 years for that heel turn. I do feel bad for Dr. Featherstone. Might have got some bad info from a so-called source. I think your boy Sami is dead. R.I.P. Sami. Good night. Do you know what? When Randy was coming down, I really thought he was going to attack Sami. I really thought he was going to attack. Normally, when you're a Sami stan, things go pretty bad. And then just when you hit rock bottom, they get worse, right? So it absolutely would have fit the situation and what it's like being a Sami fan, with Sami losing that match. And I don't know why, I really thought he stood a chance of winning, because I thought Randy could Randy have come down during the match? Sure. But he didn't. Instead, he waited until after, right? So thanks for that. And that meant Kevin won, right? It's a choice, isn't it? If you hate Kevin with all your heart, it's an interesting choice to allow him to win the match first. But whatever, this is what it's like when you're a Sami fan. And so, yeah, he came down. And obviously he was going to go for that punt and everything, amazing. But I really thought for one moment he was going to show that he had joined forces with Kevin and he was going to just start murking Sami. So, yeah, I think Sami is dead. God only knows where he goes from here. It probably will be Carrion, and I think they will give the win to Sami. But, you know, the great thing with Carrion is that if you're in a feud with him, the build's going to be amazing, and Carrion's going to get plenty of, like, promo time and plenty of exposure. So even if he takes the L, he's took a lot of dubs on the way, you know? So I'm thinking that's where that goes. And yeah, look, in regards to Dr. Chris Featherstone, I think it would be crazy for someone who prides themselves on being a source, right? And someone that's got, I think, a pretty good reputation. I think it would be crazy for him to come out and just make that information up. I think it'd be crazy. I struggle to think that's what he's done. So I've got to think that he was fed bad information, or that plans changed, or that they had plans out there so that it threw people off. I'm not trying to give him a way out, right? He was the one that came out and said this information when he really did not have to. And so, yeah, I mean, no one else was saying it. It only came from him. And, oof. That's all I can say. Oof. Yeah, there's a lot of people that were online asking, where you at? Where you at, Dr. Chris Featherstone? What's going on? And, like, all of a sudden now, if you say that this has come from Dr. Chris Featherstone, it's not going to carry much weight, is it? This is why it's hard to believe that he's just made it up. But live and die by the sword. Angie said, I can't say I didn't see the Cena turn coming, but I can't say that I did. I'm not upset about it. Part of me thinks that it will not only build Cody back up to WrestleMania 40 level babyface, and it will make Cena turning on The Rock all the more sweet when it does happen, says Angie. Pete, with this meme that's doing the rounds, which means that, as we said in the Unseen video, this was in place last year. Wrestling fans since day one, 8 out of 10. It was a great show. Nando said this show felt like a mini WrestleMania. So many surprises with great matches, and that ending. Great performances from Roxanne, Liv, Bianca, Sami, KO, Seth, and Punk. Billy said it was unbelievable. Joey Mama said, as a John Cena fanboy at heart, I'm heartbroken and speechless. I'm going to need a few days to accept reality. See you all for Raw. See you later, buds. Jan said, I thought the Women's Chamber and Owens Sami stole the show. Regarding the heel turn, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I feel Cena will say something like the end tour is over. Everything is on his terms. I just can't help but laugh at every heel thing he's doing. It's just weird. It is quite jarring because you're just not used to seeing him like doing those things. So it is weird. Wendy Lucho said, I was sat front row at WrestleMania 30. Look at you. With my head in my hands, completely speechless, watching an almost lifeless Undertaker lose the streak. I didn't think I would ever feel that way again, but tonight blew that out the water. Historic, iconic, truly surprising. Really? You think that this was as shocking as the end of the streak? I mean, this was shocking. It was shocking, but that's a big statement. That is a big statement. Wow. And it carries weight considering you were there. So, wow. Uncle Rebel said, I'm typing this as I watch The Rock's presser. I truly believe we don't know where these stories are going. Triple H told us months ago, were The Rock's involvement really last minute? I no longer think they were. Sami KO fire. Chamber matches fire. 9 out of 10. Cena goats. Yeah, no, I don't think that The Rock's involvement was last minute anymore. I can't explain why they did the stuff they did, though, in regards to putting out the SmackDown video that Nick Aldis recorded and then pulling it, or why we just dropped a graphic like 24 hours in advance about the fact that, The Rock is going to be on SmackDown. And then he comes out and... wasn't Cody meant to be in another segment, and then we had to change that, and we were hearing of all these changes. I mean, everything was pointing towards that we made all these changes so that we could get The Rock on the show, and it felt last minute. We all know what happened last year. I mean, we all saw the documentary last year. We all know that The Rock came in and tried to flipping hijack the main event, so everything was feeling like he was doing it again. But, I mean, with the hand gesture thing... that definitely feels like it could connect with John Cena. And, you know, The Rock came out and said we've been, you know, long gaming this, so I'm guessing they have, to be honest. But, yeah, mind-blowing. Twisted Bliss Fiendish said the show was the best PLE of the year. 2 great Elimination Chamber matches, 2 huge returns. The Unsanctioned match was unbelievable. Rock delivered. He came to collect a soul and he collected. Cody never saw it coming because he can't see John Cena. Said Twisted Bliss Fiendish. Bradley said, absolutely great show. Loved the ending. It had me falling off my chair. It was shocking. WWE, TNA, New Japan, AEW Wrestling Fan says 9 out of 10 for me. Kelly the Wise Lady said this won't make it, and do you know what? What a hero I am, because it has made it. I won't make the video, but that's not important. This PLE lived up to my expectations, and it exceeded them. Trish and Tiffany match, I really didn't care for. It was predictable. Women's Chamber, excellent all around. Now, here's my prediction here on out. Jade is going to point the finger at Naomi. Naomi is going to say she's innocent. She's going to tell Bianca, I didn't do it. I don't know why she thinks I did. She will continue to beg for Bianca to believe her. Jade and Bianca will become a team again. Bianca just shuts Naomi out. Things are great. And at Mania, Jade turns on Bianca and reveals that it was Bianca who did it. She wanted to take everything from her and destroy her friendship, take the tag titles, take everything. Bianca then turns heel. Liv and Raquel come out, and it's revealed that Bianca was working with Liv all along. And they now run a new female Judgment Day. Not sure if Bianca set Naomi up or if she's part of it too. Back to Elimination Chamber. KO Sami was awesome. I wish it was more bloody and brutal, but Randy came back made up for that. Men's Chamber, Cody's answer, just all time. I couldn't have asked for a better ending. I'm here for the heel Cena. It won't last. I can't see him retiring a heel, but my final score, 10 out of 10. Easy, says Kelly. Matthew said, definitely shocking, but really good. Dirth Krim said, best PLE of the year, 10 out of 10. Brady said, Alexa Bliss did amazing tonight. Looks like we're getting something involving Alexa and Liv at WrestleMania. John Cena turning heel was unexpected, but I love it. Wyndham is Eternal said it was a very entertaining show. KO Sami was very awesome. I've seen better Elimination Chamber matches, but both were still fun to watch. Jade and Randy returning and a Cena heel turn were high points. Low points, women's tag match, and Travis Scott. Travis Scott actually making the show a low point. Naomi got her groceries beat out of her tonight. Y'all know how much I love her, so this one hurt. I'm heartbroken. I hate seeing her get so close to these moments just to get shiz on. I'm done. But damn. Liv getting whipped was great. Bahaha. Sami versus Kevin, absolute banger. Dude, this match was so good. And I'm not usually one that's about the brutality, but these guys do such a good job. And I love Sami and Kevin. And then Cena. I will forever thank him for helping me through my cancer and getting me into WWE. I always wanted to see him go full heel. And tonight, wow, this was a moment. Remember, I've only been watching for like 12 years. That's still a long time, but that still makes you a boomer. I thought Cody telling Rock to F off was going to be the highlight, but then holy shiz, I was out of words. Randy returned. Freaking awesome. RKO out of nowhere. Okay, I kind of knew, haha. CM Punk egging the guys on in the chamber. I loved it. He's so damn good. And thank you, Punk, for shutting Logan the F up. Damian was great too. And I've got to say, while Tiff and Trish against Nia and Candice was kind of dull, Nia messing with commentary before the match was gold. Metal Mama, shout out to you. Missy said, I was bored at times, but then it delivered with Jade. That was at the start. Wasn't that like 5 minutes in? That KO Sami match was excellent, and getting Orton back was so sweet. Watching Logan lose was a highlight, and I saw the heel turn coming because it would make more sense than Cody being heel, and it gives fans a final Cena fight for the ages, says Missy Mayhem. Andrew said, I think it was the best PLE from beginning to end in a long time. I was hoping that Alexa would have a freak out after being eliminated, but that doesn't take away from the show. 975. Little bit of a fan said the show was very good. The pace was good. KO and Sami was fire. Both chamber matches were great. Not enjoying the Cena heel turn, though. I don't believe Cena would turn on his retirement tour. Jordan said, I loved it, but I wonder if Cody regrets accepting the belt smack the first time round. Seems to happen all the time now. Yeah. When they were like, would you mind us hitting you with a belt? And he was like, yeah, okay. That's just the green light forever now, you're right. Chalky White said, no wrestling fan will ever forget tonight. Apart from the iconic ending, the highlights for me was watching Cena Punk go at it and how Liv has become, in my opinion, the #1 in-ring female wrestler in the company. Cena is now living his dream. He wanted this for a long time, and I can't wait to see what he has planned. Mayor Pete said, incredible show, 9 out of 10. They stepped on the gas for Mania storylines in each match. Wild speculation, but what if Cena is actually working us with this retirement tour and his final match isn't December, but Mania next year, and that's where he gets 17? Honestly, I would really enjoy that. I think the problem I have with this Cena thing, the reason why I'm not like, I don't know how I feel about it, but I know I'm not in love with it right now. And I think it is because it feels like it was now or never, and it doesn't feel like it's part of this. I suppose it is part of a big story, but it can't be that big a story. He's meant to retire in December, right? And I don't know if he's going to retire as a heel. It'd be hard to see that happening. I think there'll probably be another moment later in the year where he turns back face. But I would kind of like it if we do just like really rip it all up and just, you know, he just keeps going. I don't see that happening in regards to like him coming back full time. Or, you know, he's Mr. Hollywood now. But I don't know, could he get through to Mania next year? Could we even extend it beyond that? You know, what if we find out that the retirement at the end of this year is off? But then is that a bit moody? Because they have been advertising stuff of his last Rumble and but now he's heel. Do you know what I mean? WWE might have been advertising it as this is his farewell, this is his final. But look, the game just changed, right? The game just changed. If anyone that bought a ticket wants a refund, then, well, get a refund. There'll be loads of people that want the tickets anyway. So, I don't know. I mean, we are off-roading, and it's going to be very interesting to see where we end up. Matthew said, it was the greatest PLE before Mania of all time. The Cena turning heel was amazing. It reminds me of Hogan at Bash at the Beach 1996. I never expected Cena turning heel. I believe he was heel in the late 2002, 2003. 10 out of 10, says Matthew. The Daily Bugle Insider said it's a perfect 10. We're doing pretty well. How far are we off the top? We've still got a little way to go. Can we do it? I don't even know. We could probably, let's do it. Let's go for it. Let's go. I don't even know where we was now. I think we were here. Tony said, started with a surprising return, surprising in that it was so soon in the show, ended with a shocking heel turn. Let's freaking go. Heel Cena, 8.5. The wrestling fan said, greatest WWE show ever. WWE put AEW in the dirt with this one. And never forget, Triple H had it under control the whole time. Jim said, WTF just happened. Baddie Bren said, I was shocked when Jade attacked Naomi. Sami versus Kevin was brutal, but could possibly wake a newer, improved Sami. Oh my God. We've never seen before. Randy, I feel like they have to let him get his lick back. Thank God I didn't read that wrong. On KO, but I'm hoping they have a match. Cena turning heel was cool to see and was needed. Jello Man said, first good Triple H show since SummerSlam. Hopefully he keeps booking this good and unpredictable in the future. Personally, I don't like when every little thing is extremely predictable, so I'm happy that we got the Cena turning, which no one saw coming. Now that's a beauty of wrestling. I will say a lot in our community did say about what if Cena turns heel. You know, I don't want to just ignore that fact that there was a lot that did say, how about we turn Cena here? It's not the direction I would have gone. It's not what I was expecting. But it was something that was being commented. But did this come out of like nowhere? Was it truly shocking? Well, it blooming was for me, right? And I think it was certainly for a lot of people in the chat as well. RMG said, patience is a lost art, and boy, this was a masterpiece, but we cannot wait for our family to return, says RMG. Rival's Rapture, it was so good that the Attitude Era fan I was watching with shouted in glee that he was going to start watching wrestling again after not watching since the early noughties. One of those moments that will bring lapsed fans back, said Rival's Rapture. Luke said Cena's heel turn was perfect. People won't want to boo him, but they can definitely still cheer him whilst he's doing heel things. A prime example would be Roman Reigns a few years ago. I'm thinking that he's going to be more badass than heel. This is class, said Luke. LA Dempsey said, awesome, loved the show, and the finale following the chamber match was great. Now, as Triple H teased, we're definitely on the road to WrestleMania. Willow the Diamond Fox said it was great to see Kevin versus Sami. That was a banger, 9 out of 10. I don't know about Cena's turn. It sounds like a bad idea to me, says Willow. Oh, look, we've done so well. There was 91 comments. Esmeralda said, after so many years of teasing that John Cena will turn heel, it finally happened. Tiny Tails said, whole event got marked by the main event promo, what made most prior events at the PLE less relevant. Cena turns heel, sides with The Rock, will go into WWE history. Heel Cena should get the dub at Mania, and then we might get the rematch of the Chamber final with Punk and Cena. Anyway, 8 out of 10. Now, I was a boomer. You're not going to be surprised to hear that. And I did forget to put the poll out, right? Because I did actually have a load of polls scheduled, but I didn't get round to scheduling the ones for March yet. So it meant that the show ended and I didn't have a poll go out. So I did it just before we started recording. So that means that there may be some results that have come in. So you can see here, no votes, right? So let's have a look and see if I refresh. 65 votes, and all time is where we're coming out with this show. I mean, that is definitely going to be driven hard with the Cena turn. I think I'm about here. I really don't know. I mean, I'm 8.5? That is the line for me, really. That is the line. I really could be... I'm either like low end there or really high end there. I think I'm on this line, you know. I think I'm on this line. So I really don't know where I would be personally. But yeah, I think we all pretty much agree. Only 2% are saying it's bad. 2% say it's good, okay. And this is where the majority are. With the vast majority up there. So this could be on track to be the highest scoring show. I do have a lot of scores. I still don't have all of the scores put into the spreadsheet, but I do have a lot from last year. And actually, let's have a look and see, show-wise, if we've got any all-time, what we're actually dealing with. There was all-time. I can tell you that WrestleMania Night 2 was all-time 85. So this is coming out as all-time 72 at the moment. There was actually a couple of Raws. I'm guessing it's the Raw with the, beating Cody down in the rain. I think that one got all-time 77. And there was another one actually in June that got all-time 74. And I don't remember that one. I don't remember what went down in June on Raw that got an all-time score, but it did. SummerSlam, all-time 64. So this is actually tracking ahead of SummerSlam last year. So that's interesting, isn't it? So there we go. Right. Boom. I know it's a very small sample size. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see kind of where it ends up. Maybe we'll have a look at it on Raw and see where it finished, right, when we do our Raw stream. But yeah, so pleased to see that so many people enjoyed this show. I think it definitely exceeded expectation. Definitely exceeded expectation. And it gave us one of the most shocking moments in the history of WWE. So amazing. Thank you for watching this. Really do appreciate it. And I will probably grab something to eat and then work on the main unseen. So thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.